I have an expectation like I'm pretty fit. It shouldn't happen to me.
Yeah, no. Well, you don't do that exercise.
That
it's
type,
a joint
no.
mechanics thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I just like don't know what's reasonable.
Yeah, no.
Would you like coffee?
Just water. Thank you.
May I have a water with no ice, please?
Can I
Thanks.
have a water with ice, please? We did.
Who is your sister? You mean Melissa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Who is my sister?
I just like for a second forgot who you were. I was like, wait, you have a sister? Because I don't relate to her as your sister. I relate to her as Everett's husband, or wife.
There's a Freudian slip if I've ever heard one.
Were you filming
That's fucking awesome. That's gotta go in the video.
that? No, so many people will be offended by that. Andrew Bennett sent me this gift to inform me that he's coming today. I think they're hot dogs.
I'm so excited that I got this brand new water bottle and hard hat because some moron left the doors off his Jeep out there. He's 30, almost 40, almost, doesn't have the established life, doesn't have this that he wants, and now is becoming very distraught. And before it's like, oh, we're doing a lot, oh, okay, there's a bad day, and then we got a long time for the next one, and now it's, another payday, and another payday, and he's getting more and more volatile. Just imagine your best friend, or wife, or whatever close confidant, you had the option to either be 100%, or you're going to take a risk where, yeah, you could lose it all, but you could also be exactly where you need to be, and it's looking pretty damn good, or you could make your best friend, person, whatever, financially secure for the rest of their life. Familial.
What's the right thing to do for the mission, Andrew?
That's what I mean. Long term.
What you're asking here is you're talking about subordination to some moral authority, which is your...
No.
Yeah.
No.
You just said it.
No.
You just used those words.
It's not subordination to a moral authority because there's a difference between going like, okay, if I know that it's a situation, it's an opening, it's an opportunity. Mission-wise, I should take it clear as day.
Done.
Right. That is putting a mission above humanity.
Not your mission, the mission.
Okay.
So I understand what's happening here. The way you just responded implies to me that you're tying your personal return on investment to the mission. You turned it into Andrew's mission. I'm asking you to look at the mission, the third entity.
Show me, define that a little bit harder.
Okay, so from Alexander's perspective, you're looking at your wife and you're like, well, if she dies, I get the life insurance.
Yeah.
You're right? That makes it about your life, not about the mission.
Which is the relationship.
So the question is like, how do you ask, like if there's a mission here to be fulfilled,
Right.
It's not, you will have gain and loss, he will have gain and loss, but the gain and loss is preserved.
Okay.
So the question is, which is the optimized gain and loss dynamic that serves the ultimate mission?
Okay, got it. Okay.
You're not honoring according to his values what he would gain by doing that. So you're perceiving a dynamic where he can suffer more than he's rewarded by losing out on a form of value that you're attached to.
Okay.
But you're not honoring his form of value. Can I turn this around on you for a second?
Whatever you want.
That's great, right? 6 months ago, you're like, I don't know, maybe I can join forces with Alexander, okay? And then all of a sudden, the universe is like, okay, Bennett, let's just see something here. If we show you the possibility of opportunity, what's gonna happen? Okay? And so in my world, like I'm the ultimate fucking, what would you name me? Like what was that? Cynic. Okay, so cynically, and I'm like, yeah, Everett, whatever. I'm like, Bennett's gonna go off and fucking chase down these fairy tales. Like if they happen, great, right? Like I'm not hoping you fail.
I get it.
But like in my mind, the way I'm computating that is I'm like, oh great, a fucking big shiny object. So I'm like, oh look, shiny objects. And now here you are thinking, dude, the world is our oyster, right? You're like, look at all this possibility. You're like, the future is our destiny. Like you're over here thinking like, let's be powerful, okay? And now you're like, what the fuck, man? Why aren't you all like enamored and like thinking that everything's going to be possible? And he's dealing in the realities. In this moment, none of that future shit matters. None of the past shit matters. What do I have to work with today? Okay, well today I have this much money in the bank, this opportunity that maybe will close, maybe won't close, this meeting to attend, this work to do. These are the real variables today.
Yeah, no.
So the thing is, it's like he's not surviving.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And you aren't either. However, neither are we.
Right.
However, you're thinking, look at this in the future.
Right.
And you have this offset antiparticle being like, but Andrew, the past.
Right.
And now you're like, situationally, guys, how do I fix this broken fuck?
Right.
My question is, what the fuck is going on in here? Why are you attracting this? What is it that you haven't learned to love and appreciate, manage, orchestrate? Like you don't just attract this shit into your life because of him. There's something in this inside him you're totally fucking disowning. And now you're trying to be like, oh god damn it, how do I get rid of this in my life? You're not going, how do I learn to love and appreciate and figure out what I'm missing in terms of my management and my skill set and what is necessary for me to have a pragmatic approach to my destiny? There's something in this for you. Is where are you not looking at the hidden drawbacks? Where are you being intentionally ignorant, hiding from facts and data? Where are you mismanaging your life and your business, and what is he trying to awaken you to? To look into him and ask, what specific traits is he demonstrating that I've abdicated, that I've been ignoring, that I'm not honoring in myself, that I'm judging and condemning him for? Right? Because you've got your idea of, I'm going to earn my future, I'm going to earn my retirement, I'm going to earn these things, and that makes me better. So what in him is it? What characteristics in him are you not honoring or loving in yourself?
Like, I am aware that I exhibit those same traits clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I was been like that. I know when I'm like going to the grocery store, and I do have those moments. But I have to not pay them mind, because I can live in that place and be in despair, or I can take my mind out of it and go, okay, push forward. I'm fully aware I am that person too.
But avoiding the trait is different than learning how to lovingly express it.
So help me understand how I would lovingly express it.
Well, let me just pick a different trait that I have direct experience with. If I show up and I'm like a narcissistic bully to you,
Sure.
and I am that way because in my past someone was a bully to me and I'm a victim to that. And so I'm now showing up in situations and people fucking make me angry, then I become emotional, and then I express that in a totally ungoverned and unplanned way.
Okay.
Then I'd be like, I'm a fucking douche to you, I'm being a narcissistic bully. And then both of us leave wondering, why did I just do that? You're like, why was he so mean to me? And then in that moment, I'm like, why was I so mean to him? And both of us are like, Alex is a bad person. That's an ungoverned expression of those traits.
Okay.
Then I go away and I do the DeMartini method. Oh, I see. Being a narcissistic bully helps people stand up for themselves and speak their truth and find their clarity. Benefit. Do the traits. Okay, I love myself for being a bully. Okay. Now, you and I are having a conversation and I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, it's time. I'm going to be a bully right now. And I swivel my chair over and I'm like, Andrew, I'm going to be a loving fucking bully to you. I've just done it. I was just doing it. I was being a bully to you. I'm like, here's me fucking soapboxing to you. Yeah. Hopefully some of this sticks. Yeah. And then I turn around and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Yeah. I'm not like feeling all proud about it. Haha, look how good I am at consulting Andrew, right? And I'm not shameful. I'm not like, oh, I was just so mean to him. I'm just, here's the feedback I think you need in your life. It's not judgment, it's not anything else. It's just I'm able to take that trait, the behavior, express it to you when it's necessary, and then not be in pride-shame dynamics about it.
Yes.
So my question is, instead of trying to avoid those expressions and associate them with negatives and drawbacks, how can you ask, how specifically is he serving me, benefiting me, helping me awaken to what I'm missing in my life? How is this a benefit to me? How is this serving the mission exactly the way it is?
Okay.
Before trying to destroy it, pull it apart. And in loving his behaviors and your behaviors, maybe all of a sudden the system equilibrates and you guys can just go back to the mission. You and him he is your child.
Sure.
You and him are in the grocery store. And he's on the floor throwing a fucking temper tantrum.
Right.
And there's two types of parents.
Yes.
Parents that are embarrassed
Yeah.
and parents that are not.
Yeah.
You are being an embarrassed parent. and you're engaging in his tantrum.
Right.
You need to just like stand there with your father looking over him and wait for it to stop. You just need to wait. Be present for him in his tantrum.
So when you're saying be silent doesn't mean be inactive, but it just means
Hold space. Love is just being like, okay, Everett's being a fucking idiot. That's okay, right? Or, okay, great, Jennifer's fucking yelling in the basement again. You know?
Right.
Ungoverned Alexander needs to run down the stairs and be like, why are you yelling? Okay? Governed Alexander is just like, look, she's yelling. You know? The thing about temper tantrums is that they're partially true.
Yeah, no, I get it.
They're not wholly true, right? When I'm at the work, being like, I want to fucking end this, right? I'm like, literally, you motherfuckers, I want to shut this whole thing down.
Right.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm just feeling in that moment like challenged by something. I get that. I'm glad you got the values thing. You're going to be the parent in the grocery store.
Absolutely.
That's the best thing you can do.
Yes.
Left unbridled, I'm just going to circle every fucking charge that comes out of your mouth for as long as these men will allow. And for the 80% of charges that are not immediately relevant to your decision, the bull in the china shop thing is real.
Right.
And the 20% that connected and landed for you is also real.
Yes.
Fair?
Yep.
Okay, we can move on.
Okay, you guys know what? The absolute best thing about the meetings that Tori doesn't come to is that we don't have to fight over the
Pickle?
raspberry jam.
Oh, the raspberry jam.
To fight over it? You know they have more than one, right?
I know.
You took the one jam.
Every behavior comes with benefits and drawbacks. Every single behavior supports and challenges me according to my values. My job is to learn to love my life and to learn to love others no matter what their behavior demonstrates. Just because in a moment I might perceive someone's behavior as challenging me doesn't mean that they're wrong for that behavior. In fact, it just means that I'm ignorant to how specifically that behavior is helping me fulfill my mission and fulfill my values. And in having judgment for someone else having behaviors, I must also be judging it in myself. And so any story that I have about how someone needs to be different, someone outside myself needs to be different, is a story that keeps me in my own victimhood and my own disempowerment. Basically, I want to help other people, and in my own life, what I am committed to doing is asking, how did this serve me?
Can I make a comment on your video blog?
Yeah.
I like, you know me.
Yeah.
I love it when you sit there and talk. Now, I also don't like it when that's all you do. It's just like, okay, now I gotta absorb everything. Ah, fuck, I gotta go back to work. Screw around a little bit, then drag me back in. Screw me around a little bit, and then okay, here's a nugget. And like this is how client stuff, and then this is how it changed my life. Oh yeah, like that gets me going. So
Great feedback.
I just want to put that on the blog because you don't need other.
Can you include that segment near the end of the blog when I'm like, please comment on this blog and tell us what the fuck you want to see? We can show Andrew Bennett as an example of what feedback looks like. That's it for Daily Genius episode 15. We included an example this week of what it looks like to give us feedback. We got a lot of feedback from Andrew, some opportunities for us to improve, and I agree with him. I love teaching, I love producing content, I love creating value. The value you get from this video blog is important to me, so please, let us know what you want to see, put those in the comments below, ask us questions, engage. We'd love to hear from you. Talk to you soon.